In a small, forgotten village nestled between endless fields and a deep, dark forest lived a poor but loving family. Ram Sharan, his wife Sujata, and their 10-year-old son, Rohit. They didn't have much money, but their home was filled with love and hope. One crisp evening, the family went to the bustling village market. As they passed a toy shop, its windows glowing with colorful lights, Rohit's eyes locked onto a dazzling display of firecrackers. Dozens of them, sparkling and promising a night of celebration. "Papa, please, can I have those firecrackers?" he pleaded, his voice full of longing. Ram Sharan let out a heavy sigh, his heart aching. "Son, I'm so sorry. We barely have enough for food today. I promise, I'll get you some when I receive my salary." Rohit's small face fell, his hope turning into a bitter sting of disappointment. "Then why did you even bring me here if you can't buy me anything?" he shouted, his voice cracking with frustration. He stormed ahead, leaving his parents in a cloud of silent sadness. The walk home was quiet and heavy. Back in their small hut, Rohit sat by the window, his chin resting on his hands. He watched the neighbors' kids, Chanu and Muni, their faces lit with joy as they sent bright sparklers zipping through the night sky. The air crackled with the sound of their laughter and small bombs. Rohit whispered to himself, a tear rolling down his cheek. "Everyone's celebrating." "Except me." His parents tried to comfort him, but his sadness was a stubborn shadow that wouldn't leave. Eventually, the village fell silent and everyone went to sleep, but the night was far from over. Around the stroke of midnight, a soft but distinct knock echoed through their quiet home. Knock, knock, knock. Rohit woke up, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. He thought, who could possibly be here at this hour? He tiptoed to the window and peeked outside. Nothing, just the swirling mist and the pale moonlight. Then the knock came again, louder this time, more insistent. Gathering a sliver of courage, Rohit slowly unlatched the door and pulled it open. He froze. Standing before him was a tall, unnervingly pale man. His eyes glowed with a faint, ghostly blue light, and his clothes were tattered and torn. In his long, skeletal hands he held a large, ornate box. "Don't be afraid, child," the man said, his voice a low whisper that sounded like the wind rustling through dead leaves. "This is for you." He extended the box towards Rohit. "But you must promise me. Light them only on the night of Diwali, and tell no one about me." Before Rohit could even form a word, the ghostly figure dissolved into the thick fog, vanishing as if he were never there. Shaking, a mix of fear and sheer excitement coursing through him, Rohit looked down at the box. He carefully lifted the lid. Inside, he found hundreds of the most brilliant, colorful firecrackers he had ever seen. A wide smile spread across his face for the first time that night. He quickly scurried back to his bed and hid the precious box underneath, his heart pounding with a secret joy. The next morning, the first thing Rohit did was check under his bed. The box was still there. It wasn't a dream, he whispered, his happiness bubbling over. His mother, Sujata, noticed his bright and cheerful mood. "What's making you so cheerful today, son?" she asked with a gentle smile. "Oh, nothing, Ma. I just had a really nice dream," he lied, trying to keep his secret safe. Later that day, after Rohit had left for school, Sujata was sweeping the room. Her broom hid something solid under the bed. Curious, she knelt down and pulled out the mysterious box. She gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. It was filled to the brim with firecrackers. "Ram Sharan!" she screamed, her voice trembling. "Come here right now." Ram Sharan rushed in, and they both stared at the box, utterly bewildered. "Where did he get this from?" Ram Sharan muttered, scratching his head. "We didn't buy him anything he couldn't have." When Rohit returned from school, his parents were waiting for him, their faces stern. "Rohit, tell us the truth. Who gave you these?" His father's voice was firm. Rohit hesitated, the ghost-chilling words echoing in his mind. "Tell no one." But when his mother, frustrated and worried, picked up the box to throw it out, he couldn't bear it. "Stop, please, don't throw them away. I'll tell you everything," he cried out. And so he told them the incredible story of the ghostly delivery man who appeared at midnight. His parents exchanged a look of disbelief. A ghost delivering firecrackers? It sounded like a child's fantasy. That night, after another scolding for telling such wild stories, Rohit sat by the window again, feeling misunderstood. If that ghost is real, he thought to himself, he'll come again. And he was right. As midnight approached, a figure began to take shape in the swirling mist. It was the same ghostly man. But this time, he wasn't at their door. He was at their neighbor Ryu's house, carrying another identical box. Rohit watched, breathless, as the ghost handed the box to Ryu, whispering the same eerie words. Light them only on Diwali. Tell no one. Rohit didn't wait. He ran to his parents' room and shook them awake. He's here, the ghost. He's real, come and see. He pulled them towards the window, and what they saw made their blood run cold. The pale glowing figure was right there, just as Rohit had described. The ghost was real. The next morning, the two families met, their faces pale with fear and confusion. They shared their strange, unbelievable stories. Soon, word spread through the village like wildfire. One by one, families came forward. Every child in the village had received a similar box from the same mysterious delivery man. Panic began to set in. The village priest was called. He examined one of the boxes, his face growing more grim with each passing second. He looked up at the worried villagers and said gravely, "These are not ordinary firecrackers. Each one is cursed. They are filled with the trapped spirits of those the ghost once delivered to in his mortal life." He pointed to a small, dark red mark on the corner of the box. "This mark, it's not ink, it's blood. If these are lit, they will consume the souls of whoever holds them." A collective gasp swept through the crowd. Hearing the terrifying truth, the villagers wasted no time. They gathered all the cursed boxes, every last one, and carried them to the old, dried-up well at the edge of the forest. With heavy hearts, they threw them into the deep, dark pit. The priest then gave them a final instruction. Until Diwali passes, every household must light a single lamp outside their door each night. And in the oil of each lamp you must mix black sesame seeds. The sacred light and the seeds will keep his malevolent spirit away. That night, as the ghostly delivery man returned, he was met with a sight that made him recoil. A line of glowing lamps, like a wall of holy fire, guarded every home. He hissed in pure anger, unable to step forward, his shadowy form burning in the pure, protective light. By the time the festival of Diwali arrived, the village was safe. The collective prayers and the unwavering lights had worked. The restless, vengeful spirit was destroyed, banished from their world forever. From that day on, the villagers celebrated Diwali not just with the usual joy and festivities, but with a deep sense of gratitude. They remembered the night they stood together, united by faith, and defeated the ghostly firecracker delivery man. It's a chilling reminder that greed can often invite darkness into our lives. But it is faith, courage, and unity that will always light the way forward. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Kayleys from the Shadows. Stay safe, and see you next time.